Yo, what's up everybody? I'm Blobfish Bandit, and today we're going to talk about my top 5 favorite Battle Royale games of 2021. Now, this is a list of my personal favorites, so this is all just my opinion on what I've played and what I enjoy. So, without further ado, let's get started. Number 1, Apex Legends. I wanted to start this list off with Apex because it's probably the most popular game on my personal list, so let's get it out of the way. I started playing this game during Season 1 when it first came out, and it was back when I was on PS4. Man, I had a blast. Somewhere along the line, I lost track of the game and stopped playing. But man, coming back towards the end of Season 8 into the beginning of Season 9, this game has evolved into something so good. Like, I am addicted. There's new guns, there's new maps, the game feels optimized and nice. There's even a new arenas mode that's a 3v3 team shooter. So now, even if you're not a fan of BR, which I don't know why you'd be watching this video, but hey, I digress. You now have an arena shooter that you can play with friends. It's brilliant. I'll tell you the one thing that really sticks out to me about Apex compared to other BRs. The mobility in this game is next level. Like, you just feel like you're in control. Every move you make, you can slide down a hill at the speed of a light. You can climb up walls. You can hold the top of a wall, just peek over it. You can wall jump. You can freaking slide jump. Certain characters can freaking bounce up in the air, then double jump. Some of them can fly, like the new character Valkyrie, who might be my personal favorite now. Everything you do, it just feels so smooth. And I'll tell you, there's nothing more satisfying. There's nothing more satisfying than when you have to try and save a teammate and you have to go capture their respawn card and then run away from teams trying to kill you. And you're just dipping and dodging, sliding down hills, running away. Your heart's pounding. But you have a chance because this game has so much mobility. It's just smooth. So like I said, I thoroughly enjoy this game, and I think it deserves a top spot on any BR list. All right, let's jump into number 2. Ring of Elysium. Now this game's interesting, right? I absolutely adore this game. I love the graphics. I mean, the graphics aren't the best, but I like the character stylizations. More like an East Asian graphic style for character models, and I just really like that. The main graphics in the map, you know, sometimes textures are a little iffy here and there, but it's nothing that takes me out of my enjoyment of the game. In fact, this is one of my favorite BRs I've played in a long time. It has some really fun abilities you can just start with and do, like the grapple hook. I can swing around like Spider-Man killing people. They've got wing gliders. You can just jump into the air, boost into the air, and then fly with your glider. They've got a BMX bike if you're into that. You can just get a BMX bike off of your back and just ride quickly to the next circle. There's also secondary abilities that you can use, like freaking Harry Potter's invisibility cloak. You can put up a deployable shield and hide behind it. You can have an air drone you can see people with. Just a bunch of things like that. Overall, though, this game is just really solid and fun, and I feel like it should be a lot more popular than it is currently. I think the community is growing slowly. It used to be pretty unplayable if you were in the US or Western region, because I think it's more popular in Asia. Now, I'm seeing a lot more people on it, so hopefully that's a good sign. It's growing. This game deserves it. It's really fun. This game is pretty much PUBG, but better in my opinion. Like, the grapple hook, the wing gliders, all that stuff just makes it super fun. Mobility wise, I can grapple hook up onto a church tower, hang upside down, and snipe somebody like a freaking ninja in the night. The only thing it's missing is a larger population like PUBG. Having said that, I do need to warn you, you will find some bots in your matches. So don't think it's a full lobby of 60 players. There's gonna be a few bots, you know, because of the population size and its growing nature. As of right now, you know, they don't want you to wait too long for a match, so they throw a few bots in there to speed up the game process. There are still people in there though, don't fret. It's usually the beginning of the match you're gonna see a lot of bots, and then towards the end, you know, it gets meaty. You know what I mean? The game is growing slowly and surely in the western regions. The key is to look at it as if you fighting 20 players or 30 players. The beginning of the match is just a warm up, and then as you get closer to the close circles, that's where you're going to experience the real combat. Just think of it as not a large scale battle royal, but a smaller scale one, and then you'll be fine with the reality of having bots in your matches. I don't think they hinder the game because the game's just so much fun. There are still players in the match, so at the end of the day, you're still going to have PvP, not just PvE. Now, speaking of PvE, let's talk about number 3. The Cycle. Now this game's very interesting because they decided to make a PvE/PvP battle royale game. In this game, you get contract missions assigned to you randomly. They're almost like quests in an RPG, like little side quests. Oh, kill a certain amount of these monsters. Oh, go mine these ores. Oh, go drill into this. Oh, go do that. There's a lot of them. And I gotta say, they're actually quite fun, to be honest with you. So if you're a fan of PvE, you know, there you go. But as well as the PvE, you've got PvP, where you can go screw over other players in the map and interrupt them, get points for killing other players. At the very end of the match, there's a ship that you have to get on. And you don't have to engage in PvP at all. You could just battle the monsters there and leave on the ship, or you can try and kill as many players as you want during the trial. It's really up to you in this game if you want to play it more PvE or PvP. But at some point, you will need PvE to get some points on the scoreboard with those missions. Now, when you do escape on the ship, whoever's higher on the scoreboard at the end of the trial is the winner. Now, if you kill the players that are on the top of the scoreboard, obviously it's going to help you get higher in the scoreboard. So honestly, you could be, I guess, you could be a bounty hunter, or you could be a freaking monster slayer. It's up to you. The game's really fun and pretty original, I gotta say. Number 4, Hunt Showdown. Now this game is horror meets battle royale. This game can be kind of spoopy sometimes, but it's not just monsters you have to watch out for, it's all the other players on the map. Much like the Cycle, you don't have to engage in PvP. This one, you have bounty contracts where you want to slay a giant monster for the bounty, and then you just want to escape on a boat or a carriage out of the map. Now what's interesting is you can actually escape at any point you want during the match. You could go kill a couple of zombies and leave the match. You could go kill a player, leave the match. You could just spawn in, turn around, leave the match. It's quite interesting because the more you do in a match and escape, the more your character levels up and you get more goodies. If you die in the match, however, your character is lost forever and you have to restart a new character, which means all their equipment and all their levels. Because the higher level you get, the more perks you get for the character and all that, because you get character points to get different perks and enhancements for that character. It's a very risk versus reward kind of game. Now, during the match, you're going to have a bounty, right? Everyone's going to have the same bounty. There's usually 1 to 2 different boss monsters on the map. You have to find clues, and each clue you find shrinks the map to where the boss will be. So eventually you should find the boss. That is the bounty. If you kill that bounty, usually a monster, then you get those you get the bounty, and you can escape the trial with the bounty. You get a lot more points. However, there's a lot of players that are also going to be going for that, and a lot of people who play this game only play to kill players. So very iffy sometimes on what you should do, but it's very fun. Now, moving on, last but not least, number 5, Eternal Return Black Survival. Now, this game is interesting because it's not your average battle royale game. It's actually a MOBA slash battle royale game. So any fans of League of Legends or Smite may be a fan of this game as well. It's a top-down battle royale game that treats it like a MOBA, but your aim is to be the last one on Lumia Island, the map they have in the game. It's super fun with a lot of things you can build upon. And even though it is a MOBA, and those are known for being pretty vicious to new players, this one is not that bad. Trust me, if I can play it, anyone can. It only took me a couple tries to get used to the mechanics, and you know, the more you play, it's more of just remembering what you want to craft for your characters who you like to play as. So I would say this game is a lot more friendly as a MOBA than any other MOBA game out there, and it's also pretty friendly as a BR player. But I'd say it's hard to master, but the good thing is it's fun even if you suck. Because trust me, sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, but I mostly lose, but I still have fun doing it. And I actually feel like I'm getting better each game. That's one thing about this game in particular I find super interesting. I can actually tell that I'm progressing. So if you're a fan of MOBAs, if you're a fan of BR genre, and you want to try a fusion between the two, or if you're just a fan of MOBAs in general, this game will probably suit you. It's very, very fun, I promise. There's plenty of character choices and abilities that would suit your taste, and they constantly update the game. But anyway, those are my top 5 BR games, battle royale games so far for 2021 that I play consistently. I mean, honorable mentions to Fortnite, Call of Duty, Warzone, stuff like that. Fall Guys, you know. Fall Guys almost made the list, but I haven't played it in a little bit, so I didn't think it'd be fair to throw it on there if I don't play it currently. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my list. This was my opinion-based list. I'm not saying any other game is bad. I'm just saying I have more fun with these currently. So, let me know what you think in the comments. If you agree, disagree, tell me what you think. Squish that like button. Shoot me a subscribe so, you know, you can watch my future content. And I appreciate you watching anyway. I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.